Welcome back to Final Fantasy V. Last time we did a whole lot of miscellaneous stuff, and also visited Bartz's village, went to Lix, and now we're going to continue back onto the story. So, here's the party setup for this episode. Got ourselves a Mystic Knight. The Ferris because, why not? Also showing off that you can use bows on thieves, which I don't normally do, but why not? Ninja so that I have somebody with very good attack power, and also someone who can dual wield. Also using the main Gohn, so like, gonna have some pretty good evasion, all things considered. And obviously, Galuf is just gonna be a monk because monks need a lot of ability points, and I like using them, so makes sense to use them for a while. Alright, so way back when, we lost our ship to the seas, near Crescent Island. So what do we do now? Well, if we've got nowhere else to go, we might as well ask the nerds. Alright, nerds, what news do you have? Hey, Sid, we immediately lost the fire-powered ship after we got it. Oh, I don't care. Fire-powered ships, those are nothing. Alright, so he was in Karnak for a bit, but then he crossed the desert. But if you can't enter the desert, then how did the King of Tycoon do it? Everybody ponders this for a moment. Okay, he can fly. Oh right, float is a spell you can use, I guess.
Missy, we can't float. We don't have that spell yet.
Do love the inclusion of this old man joke.
10 miles!
We cross deserts of burning sands every day, both ways, and we liked it.
Uphill, yeah.
Uphill both ways. Don't ask how that works.
Alright, so we're leaving the Black Chocobo behind, because we need to come all the way out here to the desert, and weirdly enough, there's no trees out here. Alright, we took one step and immediately couldn't actually enter the desert. Thankfully, however, Sid and Mid followed us here. And they have a solution, which doesn't even require us to go to a different dungeon first, despite the fact that Mid's bringing along an entire-ass item. Like, they have a bell. It's really weird having an NPC who actually just has a thing that they didn't get from you.
This isn't that sophisticated a method. Well, you're not that sophisticated a guy. Okay, well, I don't insult you every day now, do I?
Smash cuts all the times Galuf has insulted Sid.
Alright, so Mid gives you kind of a weird bit of advice. It is a warning, but it's kind of vague and will actually be kind of misleading. So, we have here 3 holes and a sandworm. So,
here I am! Now I'm here! Now I'm here! Can't hit me!
alright, so the gimmick of this fight is that the sandworm is going to be moving between the 3 holes. And if you attack one of the holes, then the sandworm will automatically use a gravity spell on you, which will halve your HP. So the reason that Mid warned you against using magic is, essentially, the better way to put this is, don't try to just haphazardly use magic on the entire enemy screen, because if you do that, you hit the holes and therefore you get gravitied. Now, there are more dangerous things than gravity. It's not the worst spell since it can't actually kill you, but still, if you haphazardly try to just, like, blizzard the entire arena, you will get hit by gravity a lot. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean that all targeting spells are always going to be bad, per se, because there is, in fact, a way to absolutely break this fight, and that is the Aqua Breath spell from Blue Mage. If you want to instantly win this fight, water magic is actually good against desert-type enemies, so if you see a desert background, chances are you can just use some kind of water thing on it and they will die. What I looked up said that it apparently does 8 times damage to a desert-type target, so like, yeah, no, the sandworm fucking dies if you just use Aqua Breath on it. Now, chances are you might not have picked that up if you're playing this on your own, without a guide, because the Chimeras are very scary. But if you do have Aqua Breath, go wild. Because, quite frankly, this boss is otherwise not difficult, just kind of annoying. He'll keep using Quicksand, that doesn't do much damage on its own, but of course it does drain your HP, which is more or less the one thing that will actually kill you, is not managing yourself in this fight. To be fair, it is kind of throwing Bartz off, because he's just stuck in Cure Hell, while everybody else just keeps missing. Because that sandworm just does not like staying in one place.
That was the first time Lynn actually managed to hit. You were having garbage luck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should probably be a little more patient and actually, like, stick around the middle hole, and when the sandworm actually moves, that's when you strike. Here's Swords Dance, so get dunked. There's 600 to 700 damage. But yeah, no, like, it's definitely my fault a little bit. Obviously, I could also just break this battle completely, but yeah, no, if you attack haphazardly, you're gonna miss a lot. Time magic could also probably help. I probably should have had that, but meh, it's still a pretty easy fight. Like, this is me not doing well, and he's still not really brought me anywhere near death. Bees! That, of course, will cause gravity. Personally, I was just nightingale fishing. And dirt. Took a moment for him to die, but yeah, no, Swords Dance is the second most broken thing to have for this, I guess, behind Aqua Breath. Because Swords Dance is just ludicrous. Especially on a monk, where, since it is, just an attack, but better, that means I can just get 2 hits.
Also, are you, like, massively underleveled for this point in the game?
Not really, no. I'm normal leveled.
You got 2 levels for each character out of that fight.
Bosses just have a lot of experience, which still kind of matters this early on. Later on, probably a little less. Alright, so we have a bridge, but you do need to stand on a specific part. This is unfortunately kind of a,
Sand bear!
This is unfortunately kind of a trial and error area, unless you have a map up, because you basically just have to step onto the sand trail, and hopefully it brings you where you need to go, instead of back to the start. So again, good to have a map so you know where to step, otherwise you will get brought back to the start, and oh, it's a real pain because, as you've surely noticed, I was still sliding on the sand when I got this random encounter, so unfortunately, being on the sand trail does not actually prevent you from being attacked, so If you get attacked by someone and you take the wrong path, guess what? You're gonna get attacked like 5 more times, buddy. You gotta be very careful where you go. Take that.
I don't like these designs. These are scary.
Well, I mean, they are desert killers, qu'est-ce que c'est, so... They're just popping out of their holes like,
hey, I'm gonna kill people. In the desert. That's my thing.
Or do they kill the deserts? Are they here to spread grass seeds?
There is now a hole in the desert. There is now like 5% less desert. I have done my job.
I don't know what the opposite of desertification is called.
Personally, I just call it terraforming, honestly. It's easier. What do I know? I actually just kill the desert. It's not so much that I want to bring life, it's that I do just want to murder desert. Want less desert in the world, and if I have to spread grass to make that happen, so be it.
Well, Desert Killer, impressive how you kept talking after you died.
Just because I disintegrate does not mean I have fully perished. I am in fact still kind of alive. I am, however, dying horribly.
Hey, you don't have our friend Desert Killer!
I hope he's not bleeding out somewhere. Hey, did you know that it's actually censorship that enemies kind of just like explode? Yeah, like that. In the original Japanese version, you see the enemy fall over and just kind of bleed there for a bit. It's very violent. Later you encounter their families, and you must watch them as they mourn.
I fucking love the idea of having to encounter a bomb family. It's just this sprite, but with a dress, along with 2 smaller sprites, one of which has a bow on their head. The other one has like a baseball cap.
When is father coming home? Did he at least explode gloriously in battle? I'm Bomb Jr. I'm 5.
Alright, well, I guess there's a town here, but it's gone. Alright, single nod. So, here's a weird segment. We kinda have to just, like, follow Lena's dad around for a bit. And, like, the actual action point can be kind of hard to find. I had a few takes where I just went to the wrong places and could not find where I needed to go. Where are the event flags? I need to find them. He is being awfully evasive, though, considering this is his daughter here.
Yeah, this is a thing that's a fun idea, but there are too many tiles on this map.
Mm-hmm.
Life Alive has a similar section, but you're at, like, docks where there are warehouses everywhere, so you just have a bunch of corridors you have to walk through.
Mm-hmm.
They can do a much better job of corralling you onto specific tiles when there's a bunch of 1-tile-wide corridors.
What's this? Oh, well. Can't investigate that now because we got tricked to fall into a hole. Hey, Lena's dad, can you, like, throw us a rope, or... Also, I do really like this scene. Everybody else is face down, but we just had a revelation. I mean, the game was kind of hinting towards this if you went to Tycoon Castle. But this is the point where we confirm that Ferris is indeed Lena's sister. Alright, Bartz is finally awake. It took a moment. I guess it makes sense. He doesn't like heights, so falling probably isn't great for him. I'd imagine he probably passed out a little bit. Ah, dang, Gallif's gone. Ah, well, let's keep moving. Also, the old man can hear them through the wall, but they can't hear him banging.
Say, Gallif, say something.
You were just going to ditch me? No, we were pretty sure we'd find you. I love that so much. Just, game kinda is like, oh man, you're gonna get separated from Gallif, but then you don't. Other games in the Final Fantasy series up to this point would probably do that. By which I mean pretty much 4. The only one with some kind of plot and extremely dynamic party. 2 also kinda had that, but it would have killed someone while they left the party, so, you know, big difference there. 4 only does that like 50% of the time.
Is it 50%? I feel like there's only one character that dies in 4.
Permanently, yes. In terms of death scenes, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming whoever's watching this is watching the Let's Plays in order. Yeah, the Sid fake out, I think, is the one that people get the most upset about.
Mm-hmm. He does explode while falling very, very far up. Alright, we did it. We took the Black Chocobo home. Which I'm sure Bartz wanted us to do. Just comes back, alright, time to fly back to my hometown on Black Chocobo. Where's Black Chocobo? Alright, so it was a warp device that got exactly 1 use before exploding. Cool. Well, we can't go back. I hope we don't need to. But no matter what, we are stuck in some kind of mysterious ruins, and I didn't see an exit over there on that side, so I'm just assuming there wasn't one. And if there was, then maybe we've cursed ourselves. Maybe we have set ourselves an impossible-to-leave dungeon. Alright, so there's actually a bit of a thing to do in this general area. So there's a switch here. Let's try pushing it. But it won't budge. Check the planters in the center room. I mean, we were just there taking a nap, but alright, I mean, we'll go back. No need to rest. Oh. Alright, that just said there's a note. The notepad in the right room.
Say this one's gonna say check the back of the game console.
Also, Bartz gets real mad at this message, but then there's just one right under. Just got absolutely destroyed by some random notes.
Absolutely zero reason to do that.
It's like the maddest Bartz gets up to this point. Oh, well, apparently the person who wrote that note also knew the frog would crash into that bookshelf and unveil the true place we're supposed to go. Down 6 and right 4. Press what's there. It's the switch that we couldn't pull before, and it... yeah. I don't know why they did that. That's such a weird scene, but I appreciate it.
Fucking escape room ass puzzle.
Yeah, that's just goofy, and you never find out who wrote that note or why any of that is like that. It just is, and you have to accept it. That's fine.
Clearly the frog wrote the note.
That's why it had to book it out of that urn. It knew Bartz would just absolutely obliterate it.
I mean, that's why it knew to open the book to that page before throwing it on the ground. It's also how he knew he would be in that urn. He just wrote that note and then went into the urn.
He masterminded the entire thing. Alright, so we came all the way down here, and the fire-powered ship is here, and somehow managed to, like, perfectly dock itself so that not only could we get to it, but there's also a walkway to this ship as well. There are propellers on a boat. Weird. And hey, as it turns out, we warped ourselves near Crescent Islands. Because here's these two, having just fallen into this hole. So yeah, there's hints between Crescent Village and yeah, the other town near here that there's some like peculiarities, you know, some things similar to the other side. And also one of the reasons why the Crescent Island has such a strong attachment to the Earth Crystal. Because the Earth Crystal was in Gohn, but well, we didn't find it. But there is a connection between it and over here, so I guess the crystal's power just flowed through whatever's going on here. We have nerds to handle the technology, they can do it. Also, as a note, the reason that you don't have to worry too much about the fire-powered ship and the enemies that give you blue magic in it is that you can actually return to the fire-powered ship now. It is not permanently destroyed after it sinks, it's just fine. How? I don't know. I don't know how it went from sinking into a whirlpool perfectly into these ruins. I guess part of the ocean just fell into the infinite void surrounding these ships. Alright, and here we go. We have ourselves an airship. Mid's freaking out. Holy shit, it's like a boat, but for the sky! Sid, I really don't like this boat.
It's an airship. It's like a regular ship, but for the skies. Isn't that great?
No, I hate the sky. Please make this go back on water. Oh right, we had like a point to heal up and a point to save. I guess it's been a while since we've really had a proper fight, so let's fight a boss. Here's Crayclaw. You don't need to worry about Crayclaw in the slightest. If you really care, use Thunder Magic against it. But honestly, like, this guy is not a big deal. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to use Focus before Lena just kills it, cause yeah, she has the Coral Sword equipped, and that's not an issue. That's just auto Thunder damage. Like, yeah, Crayclaw still has Tail Screw, so just like Carl Boss, who Crayclaw's a recolor of, he can set you to low HP. But you can just slow him down if you really think that's an issue, if you really think he's going to tail screw you and then punch that character in the face. But that didn't happen. He did not attack much. He died very quickly.
Okay, so hold on. You stole a sword from him, and then he dropped a bow. How many weapons was this scorpion carrying?
Oh, he was armed to the teeth. He just couldn't use them. Just came out with a sword and tried to jab you with it, but he's got pincers. These are not actually good stabbing mandibles. Not mandibles,
oh no, you stole my sword. Good thing I still have my bow, and he's just struggling to pull it back with his giant claws.
Cannot reach the string with the other claw. Alright, so Sid and Mid are just going to live in these mysterious ruins now while we take this airship. And we're gonna have the entire party be like, hey, yeah, we gotta stop X-Death. We have to protect the Earth Crystal, it's the only thing left. And for some reason, Bartz is the one piloting the airship. I guess he has enough ground on this boat to not be completely terrified. But I don't know, I feel like if you're terrified of the sky, the airship's not gonna be that much help. Better than a dragon, at least. Alright, so, we can take the airship up over here. And, hopefully the town isn't about to shoot us out of the sky, because we have not had a great track record with vehicles in this game. I mean, the town did turn into a cool-ass, like, battleship. That thing's rad. But also, oh no. Alright, well then, the exciting airship music is back, but, we have to hightail it back to the place we were just at. We gotta head back to home base and talk to the nerds. Sid, Mid, help. The town just rose to the sky, but like, too much to the sky, we can't take care of it.
The town just turned into Sinistar.
How good is that telescope? What technology level are you people on?
Whatever's convenient for the plot.
My god, the ancient Ronkins made the Earth Crystal so powerful it doesn't have to be on the Earth. They reversed engineered it, it unearthed itself. It's in the sky. Dad would never turn that town into a giant battleship. Man, you guys found this stuff really quickly. They just went back, grabbed the exact books they needed, and then we got back like, Sid, Mid, help! Alright, so, back to the beginning, I guess.
Call me a liar. I might have a lot of amnesia, but I definitely remember the adamantite.
Okay, so... Thankfully, the airship didn't immediately get blown up. However, it's already insignificant at handling the next task, so... We now need to return to the first meteorite, where we have the adamantite. So let's see, that would be over there. I recognize that initial patch of forest we started on. So, back to the beginning. Only this time we can actually enter the meteorites. We've done a whole lot of that throughout the game, but we did not bother with the first one. Thankfully, Galuf remembers the actual open switch in this thing. Alright, so thankfully we can't accidentally warp ourselves. We just need to grab that, and there we go. All done. Wait, I thought you had amnesia. Unfortunately, we cannot, in fact, just walk out with the adamantite. Because guarding it is the adamantoise. Okay, so first things first. If you want to cheese this boss, it's not, Aqua Breath this time. It is, however, level 5 Death, which she is weak to. So... You can, if you don't want to cheese the fight, just do a lot of damage with blizzard spells. It is weak to ice, so that's mainly what you're gonna want to use. Otherwise, this isn't particularly difficult as far as fights go. I mean, considering you can just chump this whole thing with level 5 Death, makes sense. Of course, normally Adamantoise does also have a lot of defense by default, what with being a turtle with a heavy shell and all. That is typically what you're going to expect from turtles, so... Do want to use a bit more magic in this case, which I didn't really bring, but Adamantoise isn't a hard enough boss for me to really care about that. Oh, and perfect, exactly what I needed. Get him, Shiva. Probably should, like, actually learn Summon better, though. Call's not great. As I've said before, it's fine for now because we have a very small pool of summons to choose from. But, yeah, could be better if we just, you know, didn't deal with that. What if we could just summon what we wanted? Alright, so Bartz can now smoke, and now that's that. No more to that cutscene. So, Adamantite, we've got it, and now once again we return to the nerds. It almost feels like there's a part of this game missing, you know? Like we couldn't quite get, everything, in there, because we kinda just gravitate towards the, base area for a bit. There is, however, of course, another scene we can get at the castle, because now we've learned more about Ferris, and also we've seen, King Tycoon. So, now that there's more, Tycoon plot going on, let's see some optional content. Bartz doesn't look asleep, but he's not the subject of, this particular cutscene. Alright, shove that scene over, bring the flashback in. And like everybody else, Ferris was one time just a generic NPC. Little did young Ferris know, she would never need this information.
So you need to put Lena to sleep. I can see through the windows. It's very bright out.
Also, here's tiny baby Lena, who I think is like the one... Like, I don't think that's a sprite that appears any other time. Baby Lena is like the one unique, backstory PC.
They made that Lena sprite and then had to ship tomorrow.
Also, I do love that Ferris just absolutely does not remember any type of magic. Which, you know, is canon to this run. She knows how to summon Big Monster, and that's it.
But not any specific big monster.
Summon... I don't know, who's available.
She just shouts help loudly enough I can hear it on other dimensions.
Also, that is adorable. Maybe we shouldn't tell the Chancellor. That man is a ball of anxiety. If he knew that there was another surviving princess and that she was going back out into danger, he probably would explode. Alright, and there we go. So yeah, bit more Lena Ferris backstory now that we've actually discovered that properly. Entirely possible to miss this, and it is in fact very easy to miss this. There is not actually a huge window to view this scene, so do that one while you can. Not like you get anything for it, but it's experience. And you know what? You should value experiences. So, that's it for this episode of Final Fantasy V. Next time, we're gonna take this adamantite, attach it to the airship, and we're gonna take on the floating ruins.